Sometimes when we check a claim, we get a clear, definitive answer. It's either true or it's false. But not all claims are like this. Some are a matter of interpretation or debate, and sometimes there's just not enough evidence out there yet to make a final judgment. Claims that aren't obviously true or obviously false still need to be checked. They just might require a little bit more research. Let's look at a more complicated example. You may have seen some people online talking about a dopamine detox that recommends that you give up social media and video games for a day, a weekend, or even longer.
This is how you do a dopamine detox. You're gonna take a weekend where you abstain from all highly stimulating activities. No looking at your phone, no watching TV, don't do anything that's been designed to overstimulate you.
Some of them even recommend locking yourself away in a room in order to completely reset your system. Now, dopamine is that chemical that makes you feel good as part of your brain's reward system. And some people are worried that spending too much time engaging with highly stimulating content online can cause us to burn out and take less enjoyment in doing things that we used to really like. There are a lot of TikTokers and other content creators online that tell us that dopamine detoxes are supposed to be amazing. You'll be more productive, be happier, be smarter, and maybe even get rich. Sounds pretty great, doesn't it? Now we know that random TikTok accounts are not the best sources of information, especially when it comes to our brains. So let's check this claim and see if we can find it being reported on by other more reputable sources. We'll start by entering keywords into our search bar. Here we'll try dopamine detox and then hit enter. When we do that, we learn a few things right away. First is that it's sometimes called dopamine fasting, and second is that a lot of people are talking about it. Let's click on this link from Harvard Medical School. By doing a quick skim, we can learn that there's a lot of misconceptions about what it means to do a dopamine detox. First, you can't just get your brain to stop producing dopamine. That's not how brains work. And second, some of the dopamine fasting advice, like completely isolating yourself, is probably a really bad idea. But that's just one source, so let's see what else we can find. Here's an article from a website called Very Well Mind that interviews a neuroscientist and psychiatrist about dopamine detoxes. They seem to think that they may very well have some positive effects, but we can also see at the bottom of the article there hasn't been a lot of clinical research done in this space. Here's another article from a site called health.com that also interviews a number of doctors. We again see that it states that there may be some benefits to taking breaks from social media, but that it's really not yet clear whether doing so will reset your dopamine levels. So, what should we make of the dopamine detox trend? Well, it's complicated. From what we found, it seems that some of the more extreme recommendations are not a good idea, but it's still undecided about how long you should take a break from social media, or whether doing so will really reset your dopamine levels at all. This might not be terribly satisfying. We often want to know if something is definitely true or definitely false. Should I do a dopamine detox or should I not? But not all claims are like this. Sometimes the truth is complicated and we just don't have an answer yet. Some claims that we might not be able to reach a definitive verdict about include scientific claims where there isn't yet a consensus among scientific experts, or complex issues like laws, policies, or social issues, or just things that we don't know yet. While reality is often nuanced with room for disagreement, a lot of online content does not present things in this way. It's not hard to see why a video with a title like "Reclaim Your Time, Stop Wasting Your Life with Dopamine Detox" might get a lot of clicks, but a video with a title like "Scientists Unsure If Dopamine Detoxes Really Work" might not. So one thing to look out for when it comes to content that makes big claims is to check to see if reality is more complicated. You might not get an answer that tells you that something is 100% true or 100% false, but learning that the truth is somewhere in the middle or still up for debate can be really helpful information when deciding whether you should accept some content that you come across online.